2, 1. Hello and welcome to my 11th Circle presents Cricbuzz Live. I'm Gaurav Kapur. India has won the series 2-1. The last series, of course, didn't go our way, but this one has, and that's what we're happy about. With me, Mr. Ajay Jadeja, Mr. Zaheer Khan. Hello, gentlemen. How are you? How are you?
Oh, very good.
Very good.
Well, I think convincing victory, there is no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Rohit Sharma was fabulous. It was, you can't keep the guy away from scoring these big runs for too long. So, he just started slow in this series, but the last match, he just proved. Also, the match was in Bangalore, so that also helped. He's got a special liking to this ground.
And to Australia in this ground. The
Exactly.
special liking Rohit Sharma has to the 100, the 200, so the 100 today, then the 200, and then of course he's also got a very unimpressive 65.
Yeah.
It's sticking out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, because of 55 balls, only 65.
That's it.
Yeah.
But a double
But
100.
still averages more than a cup, 100 plus.
This was the first of his 3 double hundreds. So that's something you can't say about anyone in one-day international cricket because he's the only one who's got more than one. He's got 3, and this was the first one. Of course, this was also in a decider when he'd got that double hundred, and today, of course, getting the big 100 in this decider and making sure that the game was firmly locked in India's favour before he departed. He'd be very upset with that dismissal, that Zampa ball that he wanted to hit out of the ground, but sort of top-edged it, but had done his job by that time, got 119. And most importantly, I mean, India, this is a comprehensive win for India, right? You've got 15 balls, you've got 7 wickets in hand. But the thing is that the important thing with both Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli, the fact that they were both there, the 35th over, Zach, you just knew that was it. That was the match in the bag because they had seen off pretty much all the hard work, the hard yards that ensured that they stayed there and they got the runs. But the important thing was 35 over mark, only 1 wicket down. It's got to be your game.
Well, again, they ticked the boxes nicely.
Yeah.
They needed that start. First wicket was 70-run partnership, and we were talking about the partnerships in the mid-inning show.
Yes.
And we were talking about that big partnership, that is Rohit and Kohli, 137 runs. We said 100 plus partnership is required, 250 partnerships. So I think it was like a perfect template.
Exact formula, Zach.
Yeah. So
well done, gentlemen.
Follow the wise man, that's what I say.
Zach's on a roll today, actually. You're on a roll. You said 100 and 250-run partnerships. You obviously have had a very good night's sleep last night.
Yeah,
because
clearly.
you see
Fresh
things so
mind.
clearly.
When you have a downtime, you switch off nicely, then
That's right.
Your mind works perfect.
Just relaxed completely. Well, that's how Rohit and Virat batted today. Totally relaxed, isn't it? Ajay, we were talking about it in the com box as well. Rohit, when he is in flow, when he is on song, and we've discussed it so many times before, it's like watching an artist. It's like watching a painter at work.
Yeah,
the brush strokes.
Yeah, and like you rightly said, painter, because every knock of his, he gets those runs consistently, big hundreds and double hundreds, but they each have a different brush that he uses on a different day.
Nice, yeah.
There'll be a day where he'll just get after the bowlers from right to the top. Some days he'll get after the spinners. Some days he'll get after the seamers. It's not like certain number of balls, certain runs, certain number of balls, certain runs. Depending on the condition, depending on the situation, depending on the mood, I guess. Because an artist, the most important thing with an artist is what he's imagining, what he's thinking.
Yeah.
So he converts that ball and does what he feels like doing with his bat. He would place the way, and so it's not a format that you see with
No template, yes.
No template, sorry. It's not a template. Only template is that he gets those big scores. But he does it in different ways. Today you have 6 sixes and 8 fours. Someday you'll have probably 16 fours and 2 sixes. Or you'll have 10 sixes sometime with him. So that's the nice thing about Rohit Sharma. You see the same score being made by him, but every day it's a different color, if I could add. Even if the painting looks the same, it's 100, but the colors are different.
Nice.
And he plays with the bowler's mind. I think the bowlers probably hate him more than a batsman because other batsmen who scores, you had Virat Kohli score 89, almost 100. You had Steve Smith score 100. But when you look at their strokes and runs, you say, oh, that's a half volley or that's a short ball that could have been played here. But when you see Rohit Sharma play a certain shot, it has nothing to do with where the ball was.
Yeah.
He decides what he wants to do with that ball. He's certainly an
So
artist.
well put, so well put. But Zach, you spent a lot of time with him in the previous season as well with Mumbai Indians. this is just him off field as well, right? What he's on, there's a lot of calmness even off field in his preparation. He doesn't overdo it, doesn't overanalyze. There's no template. There's just
I think there is a ease in everything what he does.
Yeah.
And that's what he makes shot making look very easy. That one shot six which he hit off Cummins over square leg.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how many batsmen can do that, and the amount of power which he generates without really making it look like a lot of strength has gone in.
Yeah.
It's just very artistic, and that's something every time he gets runs, you know, you just want to watch more and more of him every time he's batting.
And the good thing is, nothing cute. You'll never see anything cute from him, like, you know, the cheeky ramp or, you know, a switch hit or something. You never see any of those cute little tricks that modern batsmen have been using to get runs.
Yeah,
Unnerves bowlers just standing there.
Yeah, because with those cute little things you try and do, there's more risk involved.
Yeah.
This man doesn't need to take risk. He's still going at this pace.
Yeah.
And because he's not rattled, he's not doing that. We saw Carey when he walked in today for Australia. I mean, no comparison, but I'm just saying, you know, he had like within first five balls, he had two reverse sweeps, still got one run.
Yeah.
So that's when you say, oh, this guy's, you know, can't get that ball away.
Yeah.
But with Rohit Sharma, you'll see there'll be times he gets beaten as well and he gets out. But no five balls, even if you bowl the same five balls, they will not go to the same place and with ease, not trying anything cheap.
No.
He's just a class player, and we keep talking about him and Virat Kohli. They are a class apart, there isn't a doubt. But we're just so blessed that, you know, at one time you have these two class players. We're talking about, say, Virat Kohli has had a phenomenal run and he's been talked as all-time great, at least in this format, all formats. But this man, from the time that he started opening the innings, he's nowhere behind. Test match cricket, he hasn't played as much, so, you know, numbers don't show. But one day cricket, I think he probably actually has more hundreds than Virat Kohli from the day he started opening. And because, you know, it's not the effort that you see and the, you know, determination, you don't see that on the television or on the ground. You don't see that energy, so you feel, oh, ye to aasani se ho gaya.
Yeah.
But he's actually gone on and done exactly what Virat Kohli's done through this period.
Yeah.
And they bat 1 and 2. Yes, Virat Kohli gets less opportunities compared to Rohit because he gets in early. But he scored more runs, but it doesn't feel like that. Because you don't feel कि वो इतना effort डाल चुका है वो चीज बनने में. बगैर effort बन गया तो आदमी सोचता है यार ये तो उतने नहीं बनाए होंगे, लेकिन एक्चुअली उसने इससे ज्यादा बनाए हुए हैं उस पीरियड में.
Could be. Yeah, you're absolutely right. From the champions, I think it's been 7 years that now, close to 7 years.
I'm just saying, start from that day when Rohit Sharma started opening the innings, and Virat Kohli is batting at 3 even before that. And from that day when he started opening, I have no doubts that he's probably got more runs, more hundreds, and sixes for sure. Anyway.
Yeah, sixes, so he's leading. He's the leader. He's gone ahead of MS Dhoni. You think of MS Dhoni and sixes, Rohit Sharma way ahead of him as well. But the one thing that and the good thing for us Indian cricket fans is, we don't need to argue about Rohit and Virat because they're both playing for India. And they're both playing well. And they both get along. And you see that, irrespective of what you would be made to read everywhere and made to believe. The fact is, as long as they're getting along in the middle and they're scoring those runs, we of course are great. And this is a great time for me to recycle that old line of mine that Rohit Sharma is an artist and Virat Kohli is the robot. One goes with the flow and the other is all about precision and performance, but they both get the job done like they did today for India. Talking to Zach now about the bowling, because of course we can wax eloquent about, you know, how good Virat and Rohit have been today, and they have, as a Shreyas, but of course was playing with far less pressure. But the good thing is he got some runs here today because, you know, there was also talk about him being rattled by the Australian bowlers. But talking about the Indian bowlers, I think post pretty much the 25th, 30th over of the Australian batting, when the Indian bowlers started getting those wickets, I think from then on, this game never really went out of India's control.
Well, you try and analyze this game, and you'll always talk about Australia fell short of setting the target for this Indian batting, and that speaks volumes of Indian bowling, what they've done in today's match. You know, they
look 30 to 50. That's 7 wickets there.
Yeah, and that was the game. So that is something, you know, which is and fielding also has to be mentioned. I think, you know, to get that run out through that mix up, but the pressure was created in the field, you know, so that was also important. So when we are talking about importance of this game in a larger scheme of things, I think you can safely say now that Indian team has responded very well, and this is what you want to see from the best team. So that is something which was very important. I think the morale is going to be very high going forward in this season for sure this year. By that logic, this series was very important for Indian team.
Yeah.
And if you're talking about winning the World Cup, these kind of matches really help you build that belief in the team that we can actually step up when it's required, and your key players stepping up. So the core of the team, if they are coming to party when it's required or when they are under the pump, that is what really counts. And from that point of view, I think full marks to everyone. To take that extra responsibility and going out there and performing under pressure.
I'd have to say, though, that there's a special award that has to be given to KL Rahul. That is the Blue Collar Hard Worker of the Weekend award. On Friday, kept wickets for 50 overs, got runs that day. Today, first came and kept wickets for 50 overs, then was made to go opening. Hard Labour Award, Friday, Sunday, back to back, has to be given to KL Rahul. I'm sorry, but he is Employee of the Month.
You've
For sure.
You've decided that's done. You're the boss.
It's got to be decided.
You're the boss.
Just look at him. Today he's come out to open, right? So of course the concern is that Shikhar Dhawan, there's still no news about his injury because the team leaves for New Zealand in, I think, 20 minutes. The first match being on Friday. So you don't know whether he's going to make that flight or not, which then means that KL Rahul now, is Rishabh Pant there? Is Shikhar there? Is KL keeping wickets? Is he also opening? Is he also batting? And I mean, the way it's going right now, in the next game, they may tell KL to open and bat at 5. भाई तो तू बैटिंग ले ले यार.
Bowling भी करनी पड़ जाएगी.
Yeah, and bowl a few overs.
No, because he was mentioning in our pre-match when we showed his press conference and his calmness, and so he referred to he was talking about Rahul Dravid. Yeah. So Rahul Dravid of course did keep wickets at times and did, but there was a period that he had to come and bowl as well. He used to bowl. Yeah. So you might ask Rahul someday to bowl as well. It is actually, as a player, I mean, when I think of it, when we get to this age and how we're looking at the game, we look at it as differently. But every child that goes to play this game on a cricket ground, as a kid, 10, 12, 15-year-old, when you start playing, there's nothing that you don't do at the ground, right?
Correct.
You go, you say, sir, net mein batting nahi mil rahi, so you're bowling, you're fielding, so you are actually always complaining why I'm not getting bowling, why I'm not getting batting, or why I'm not getting wicket keeping. So as a player, when you're coming in, and especially he's still in his youth and he's trying to make this place his in the team, I don't think he'll mind. Yeah, we're looking at it and saying it's hard work and all, but this is what you always dreamt of. This is what you always wanted.
So you always want to be there where the action is.
It is. I always say this. Playing cricket is a blessing.
Yeah.
And so, you get tired and next day, of course, you're stiff and you can't run that far. But it is never hard work. It's always a blessing, and I'm sure he'd be cursing himself. He would have wanted to work harder and, convert that start that he had today to a bigger score. So he'd be cursing himself. Oh, I had a chance. I should have not let it go. But he's had a transformation. A month ago, a month and a half, 2 months ago, everybody, probably himself, was also wondering, will I have a place in the side or not? Yeah. But within this week, between these 3 games, one because of his scores that he scored in the last game, then opportunity as a wicket-keeper, suddenly almost looks like a certainty in any form. How can he not be there? Wicket-keeping bhi kar sakta hai, open bhi kar sakta hai, because wo 5 number pe ek successful inning has turned it all around.
You're right.
And that inning was also quite artistic. Quite like Rohit Sharma, because when you normally associate a 80 of 55 balls, there's a lot of power and slog and a different sort of game, but it was all touch and feel there as well. And he's got that class. Why do we all keep harping about, I mean, at least I do, I mean, people have their own opinions, that this guy is a special guy, you got to go extra mile with him, is for only this reason, because when these guys start going, then they do what Rohit Sharma is doing for you. It's not too far ago, 2007, 8, 9, there was a period where it was saying, why is Rohit Sharma being persisted? He gets extra chance, he gets, but he was waiting for his turn, because at that time you had Tendulkar, Sehwag, Ganguly, or people batting at the top of the order, and he would come at 5, 6, 7 and won't get those big scores, and it was frustrating for people. But the cricketing community, or the guys who were playing with him and the captain, always knew this guy is special.
Yeah.
And now you're reaping the benefits of having Rohit Sharma around for that long. So, this man is also special. That's the way you got to go. You can't always look at numbers and say, yeah, numbers. That is what. No, because if numbers had to.
I love that reaction. Numbers.
No, I'm saying,
It's great. We're going to use this.
There's a
You
history.
know we're going to use this now.
No, but I'm saying there's history in this game, right? There's,
Yeah,
you have to
of
learn
course.
from it. Why is there this word called selector in this game? Because, if the numbers had to choose, then the, algorithm would choose it. But you have to pick something and you look at something in the future and how it's going to happen. So this is the man. Please stick with him. Take him as a second wicket keeper. Take him as second opener. Take him as a backup, middle order, whatever. But have this guy around because he is special.
Third opener, second wicket keeper, but first option in every position. Really. Just do it. That's KL Rahul. Another impressive number. Well, this involves Virat and Rohit. There's going to be a lot of impressive numbers about them, but this one's super impressive. Century stands. They're now in third position is Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. They are ahead of actually Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan. I think they are at some 15 or 16. They've gone ahead, Sharma and Virat. They're at 18 now. In their sights, why not? Yeah, Sachin and Saurabh, in their sights. Yeah.
Well, they're
Look at the difference.
But the thing is, it's
In the
18 out of
innings.
80. Look at that.
No, I'm saying, but look at the innings.
Yeah, 18 out
This
of
is
80.
18 out of 80, and that's
26 out of almost 100 more. 180 almost, yeah? 176.
I mean, times are different, the game's different, but these two are special. If those two were those two weren't any less than these two, let me tell you that.
Of course.
I mean, especially the man in the front. The second half could be anybody, and the numbers would look the same in the top bracket. But these two are very special.
Yeah, for sure. 18 century stands. And as long as they keep doing it, you know that India's going to keep winning. All right, so India's won the series now 2-1. Minor hiccups, perhaps, you thought after that second game. But the good thing is, after the first game, but the good thing is that India has corrected any issues that you may have. Panic buttons get pressed very quickly in our country, especially where cricket is concerned. But I think those have been sort of unpressed by the team in this. My 11 Circle Ultimate Team of the Day. These are the people that you should have picked to get the maximum number of points, the winning points, to beat Dada perhaps. You should have made Steve Smith your captain, Rohit Sharma your vice captain, and then of course all the usual suspects that you have there. This team would have won you everything. If you just notice, there's actually two spinners in there, not bad. There's two spinners and two pace bowlers. Yeah, well, there's my advice gone to rubbish.
I think
Listen,
Hazelwood has done well. I think.
Yeah.
That first spell actually got Australia back. He held things together and got Australia back. But I think on the whole, wicket also got a little better. So you can't really complain about it. I think where Australia lost the game was in batting. I think they fell short in batting, and that's something which was very hard against someone like Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. If they get going, it's always going to be a tough ask to defend a total like that.
That's right. When they get going, what you gonna do, brother? What you gonna do? Nothing much, really. Just sit around. They'd actually be happy with the performance of the spinners. So that's now me. Ajay, we have to admit there's only one wise man here today. The well-rested one, Zaheer Khan.
it is not just today, it's always.
Always.
The wise
Zenzak.
young man. Zenzak.
He's Zenzak.
He's on the ball all the time.
Just all the time. Zenzak, because I had also said that maybe you don't want to pick a spinner in your My 11 Circle team, because spinners don't end up doing very well in terms of history at Chinnaswamy. Today, well, the Australians at least proved us wrong. And Zach, you seem, and when we were watching Ashton Agar, you were sort of impressed by him and how he was doing today.
Yeah, he's had a good series.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. He's someone who can be looked at, going forward also for Australia to keep him in scheming. And Zampa also has been fantastic. I think he's someone who held those middle overs together and looked like had a specific plan, has grown as a bowler over the years, because he has been around for a long time now.
Yeah.
So I think spin department has been the positive for Australia from the series.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, we also have, who's got the most points today? Yeah, My 11 Circle Champion of the Day. Let's see who's got the most points. Let's pull it up. Manjunath RV. Cool sunglasses, my man. Cool shades. 551.5. He's got to wear those shades because the sun shines so bright on him. He's a My 11 Circle champion of the day. Well done, Manjunath from Karnataka. It's been a good few days for people from Karnataka. Yeah. KL Rahul. Is KL Rahul getting man of the series? He should, right?
Yeah, and I was wondering who picked KL Rahul, what would they be thinking? That why they were picking him? Was he going to come at 5 or did they think they was going to come down?
True. That's true. You didn't know.
So no matter how much you think and what you plan, this game will always surprise you and teach you new things every day.
That is true. That is true. It will. Okay, well, so Ravi Shastri also post the match invoked this that little one-day gap between the two ODIs. It was a small one, but of course the boys have turned this around really well. A quick word on Shreyas Iyer as well, because I remember we were speaking with him. The Australian bowlers did rattle him. In the first one, kept sort of bouncing him. I know today when he came into bat, the pressure was not that much, but he still got to score those runs, and some of the shots that he hit were quite special.
See, that process as a cricketer is going to go on till the time you're playing the game.
Learning, constantly.
Yes.
Learning,
people
adapting.
People are going to figure out. People are going to try and keep trying. You know how they can how they can unrattle you. How they can find a way of getting you out. So that is something which is always going to be the case. And Shreyas, it's still early days for him in his career. So he's got the talent. He has proved it. So it's just about approaching these ups and downs in the game and keep backing yourself and keep believing. That's the only way of going on doing your business.
Yeah.
So that is something which is a very important thing. And the important thing is you as a cricketer should always think of keeping on that forward direction. You have to keep on marching forward.
Yeah.
And keep coming up with solutions to whatever questions which have been thrown at you.
I do have one last topic from this game that I'd like to discuss before we move forward to the New Zealand series. And that is, we saw Rishabh Pant had come back after his concussion observation and all his scans and tests, was given a go-ahead, did the drills as well. First choice wicket-keeper going into this series. But today, the team chose KL Rahul over Rishabh Pant. What did you gentlemen make of it? Your thoughts and opinions on that?
I think
About the selection process.
Yeah, no, about KL Rahul, because Rishabh Pant is your first choice wicket-keeper going into this series. In one match, KL Rahul has come in his place, albeit forced, right? And then today, both are available, but they decide to go with KL Rahul.
I think
It's interesting, isn't it?
I think continuing with the momentum which they.
So you think it's just about winning team and should not really think about
so.
too much into Rishabh Pant's future?
Yeah,
Is this some sort of statement that has been given today?
Yeah, I wouldn't read too much into it. I think it was just a short series as well, just a 3-match series.
Yeah.
Someone getting hit on the head was doubtful for the next match. Missed one game. The team reacted in the second match, winning that match, leveling the series. So I think the more thought was gone just in terms of keeping with that momentum. There was only one day in between 2 matches.
Yeah.
So I think that was the thought process. So there's no reason of reading too much into it. There's no doubt that the Rishabh Pant will be there in the next series and possibly will start as a keeper.
Your thoughts?
I would, take it from what he said, and I just take it because of that injury, and it was a concussion, and I don't know exactly what has happened. What's the state of his mind? Was he picked or not picked because of, has the doctor asked him to probably take another day off, like he said. The game that he didn't play surely was only a day before. So leaving aside that, the question was, start of the season, he was your season in Indian cricket
5 days ago.
Yeah. So series was number 1 keeper and he's not. You could say that about Shardul Thakur started with a new ball, he's not around. And that's something that we've seen with this team. Yeah. Except for the core, everybody who starts off at the start of the series as the number 1 guy doesn't always end up still remaining number 1 and nothing to do with him. It just keeps moving. Because otherwise, if he was fit, and he was fit enough to play, with the special conversation that you had a little earlier about Shreyas Iyer also being rattled or not rattled. Yeah. So then you would say, forget keeping even as a batsman, because for me, Rishabh Pant...
You've always said that, yes.
For me, Rishabh Pant will always remain a batsman. Keeping is just, it's like KL Rahul will also always be picked or not picked for his batting, not for his wicket keeping.
Yeah.
I've always looked at it that way. So I'm saying, from sheer batting point of view also, then you could have said, oh, so in spite of somebody being rattled, they've still not gone with him. But since we don't have actual information of how bad the injury is or why it could be doctor or not, it would be difficult to make a call on that one. But you should never give your seat to anybody, because now see what happens. How does a team work, or any team in the past? You see, teams when they're winning, they keep the same team, right? It's only when you go on a tour where teams starting to struggle, and that's when the think tank changes their thought process and says, oh, listen, let's play him, he bowls a little, or he fields a little, or 3-dimension, 4-dimension. The guys who get left out are who? Either it's the fifth bowler. Prime bowlers don't get changed. First two seamers, and first spinner doesn't get changed. It's the second spinner and the third seamer. Similarly, isse wicket keeping kara lete, because even in Rahul Dravid's time, there must have been a wicket keeper also in Indian cricket. But you wanted an extra batsman, you said keeper ko chhod ke na, ye kar lega.
Yeah.
So I'm saying from these spots are always like this. So if you're a specialist, then you hold on to that wicket keeping spot. If you're not a specialist wicket keeper, this spot is always available for grabs in Indian cricket.
Interesting. Yeah. It wasn't though when MS Dhoni was there, because he's just a specialist. He's a specialist in being a specialist. Don't mess with him. He's like Sylvester Stallone. Have you seen the movie where the specialist? He's Sylvester Stallone. He's the assassin.
English movie, no?
English movie. I will give to you in Hindi subtitles.
I've seen the original Dhoni movie for 15 years.
Yeah.
I don't know if Sylvester Stallone matches to him.
It's not bad. Yeah, that's right. Nothing is better than that, for sure.
Mahendra Singh Dhoni is...
But I'll tell you something with Mahendra Singh Dhoni with the movie. I'm waiting for the sequel. Is there going to be one? Or have we seen the end? I love it. It's a mystery film. We have no idea. It's suspense.
Abhi picture baki hai.
Abhi baki hai na? Pakka?
Of course.
Okay, so
That movie...
Get your popcorn ready. Get your popcorn ready, because MS ain't done yet. We're telling you right now. You've not seen the curtain drop on that. And we hope you haven't, because we're just greedy, man. When it comes to MS Dhoni, we're always greedy. Just one more act, perhaps. One more song. Come on, DJ. Just one more song before you shut the bar. Please. One more drink. It's Sunday night, I should not be talking like this about DJs and drinks and songs. No? And Zaheer doesn't talk on any day like that. So
Food, music, and what else? Singles.
We're going very nightclubby, right? Here. Yeah. Not bad for three old men, yeah? Talking about, because that's all we can do now. We can
talk for yourself about age, all right? Who's the old man? Yeah. Not me.
You know something? I think we won't meet the age limit of a nightclub. By that I mean we've crossed over. I think yes. I think at this point in time, the only thing we can do about a nightclub is talk about it. We surely can't go to it because it's too dim, the lighting, and it's too loud, the music. But anyway, let's talk about the series that is coming up. India now travels to New Zealand. Traveling to New Zealand the 24th of Jan. Now there's 5 T20s to be played. Then there's three ODIs to be played. There's 2 test matches to be played, and there's 1 side game as well. So it's a reasonably long tour, about 6 weeks that India goes to New Zealand. But of course, the focus first will be on the T20s. The first of which start on this Friday, which is the 24th. So pretty quick. There's 2 back-to-back games. Well, not back-to-back, but Friday and Sunday. Both games happening at Eden Park. Then a 2-day break. Action moves to Hamilton. Then a day's break to Wellington, and a day's break to Mount Maunganui. I like this ground. It's a nice looking ground. It's a very difficult name to take, but it's a newish ground, but it's a good ground to see. So 5. And I tell you what, this is definitely going to be, again, just like this ODI series was a takkar ka mukabla. This New Zealand T20 team at home will also be quite a takkar ka mukabla. And the team, do we have the team should we discuss the team? We do have the team. All right, let's show the team. Bring up the team. This is the India squad that's on that flight to New Zealand. And no grand surprises really over there. As you can see, pretty much the only question mark now is whether Shikhar Dhawan will be fit to take that flight or not. Well,
when was this team picked?
It's about a week.
A while ago, yeah.
5-6 days back.
And this is only for T20s?
Just the T20s, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's going to be long series for sure. Like we are not still used to seeing 5 T20 series. Yeah. So from that point of view, I think there will be that different dimension added to it.
I think it's the first one India's ever playing, a 5-gamer. I think it might be the first one. Yeah.
Long series, yeah. So
interesting. Because, we see so many 20-over games even in the IPL, but the same teams playing against each other, 5 times and same format, because the format is shorter, so the template doesn't change much. It'll be interesting. It's the first time that it's happening. And T20, people think, it's shorter game, physically you don't get that tired. So what you're talking about, a one-day game, one-day break and one-day, this is exactly the same with T20.
Yeah.
That takes the same amount of energy and the strength out of you.
In terms of intensity.
The only advantage, a test of fitness as well.
The only advantage in New Zealand, of course, is that in India, trying to fly from Rajkot to Bangalore with flight delays and everything, you pretty much end up spending half a day, whereas the thing in New Zealand is Zach, you probably just hop onto a bus and you're at the next city in 3 hours, like 2.5 hours.
No, you have to take flights there also, and flight delays is something is under
It
no
doesn't
control.
happen in New Zealand. It happens more.
How do you know that?
That is because I live there in the summer. बोलने में क्या जा रहा है?
Apna summer, unka summer.
You keep guessing. Look for me in their summer and our summer. But the thing is that at least the first 2 matches are at Eden Park, not Eden Gardens, at Eden Park are the first 2 games. And let's have a look at the New Zealand team that will be up against India. You've seen the Indian team. There is no surprises really in that squad. The only question is if Shikhar is ruled out, then who plays in his place? And then, of course, you see the New Zealand team. That is a strong team. And I think the strength there is added by sort of their middle row, right?
Yeah, and that row usually is
The smallest one.
Is the smallest one in many teams. So that's the way New Zealand likes to play their cricket.
Yeah.
They have a lot of these players who contribute in couple of disciplines, and that has been their strength. Kane Williamson again will be someone who will be sharing a lot of that burden of making sure the team reaches that pass score, or play that important role in terms of winning matches. There's no doubt about it. There's power of Martin Guptill at the top. Tim Seifert is someone who I'm looking forward to see how he goes about, because he's talked very highly in New Zealand cricketing circle.
There's no Loki Ferguson here. There's no Loki.
And experience of Ross Taylor as well.
Yeah. So there's no Loki and there's no Trent Bolt.
I think players is one.
And no Tom Latham. Those are the 3s that are missing.
But this tour is, don't forget. I mean, you and I might forget, but this is the team that hurt us the most in the last year. What we wait for 3-4
I have
years.
deleted that painful memory from
so that will be.
my soul.
I think that is
This
what
is
will
the time
drive our
to
players.
Remember it.
I will remember it when India starts winning on the 24th.
So that will have a very significant impact on this series as well.
Yeah.
And knowing Virat Kohli, we saw that. What happened in this first game, how it turned it around, everything was different. So I don't think he would have forgotten that day in Manchester. Yeah. So it's not just this series. There's a history behind this one, and going forward as well. So it'll be although I know the start is only 2020, it doesn't matter. It's that same team. So it'll be It'll be as special as this series.
Yeah.
Probably, even better, because this series has been fun, tight, one day. But with all the 3 games, if you look at it, none of them went to the wire.
Yeah, that's true.
First game we thought,
But that's happened with one-day cricket, right? It's not really, none of it is going down to, 10 runs or 4 balls, and very rarely are games going there. But T20 games pretty much end up going there every game, whether you watch it in a league or you watch it internationally. They end up going there, I guess because of duration, they're shorter, so they just go down till the end. And you want to see that, right? That's when the excitement happens, right? Can it be a super over? What will happen? Will it get tied? Let's not say super over to New Zealand, right?
Yeah.
They played too many in the previous year.
I think they played for the
We have New Zealand trauma, New Zealand has super over
trauma. But it's really fun. Looking forward to this one.
For sure. So
except for the timings, very early in the morning.
It's 12:30 p.m. start.
Oh, one days are earlier. Sorry.
One days are 7:30.
But we go live by what, 12?
We go live at noon for the T20s,
Okay.
yes. At noon. Noon's a good time. Noon's a good time. We go live at noon, Indian Standard Time. And of course, you can pick your team as well. That's on My 11 Circle. How do you do that? Well, you know already, but दोस्तों के बीच में फिर बता सकते हैं. Your My 11 Circle team, you download the app, you choose the 11 players. They can be a mix of New Zealand and Indian players, of course, with the restrictions in place. And then, of course, if you beat Dada, you get 3 times more cash. Yes, sir, you wanted to say?
So how do you choose? One other thing, just add to that. Ignore what we say. Because anything that you suggest doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's true.
So ignore what we say, choose it yourself.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, from whatever Ajay and I say, yes. Zach says you have to blindly follow. Zen Zach.
Who's
I
got
have my good days and bad days.
You've been
Good
having
days are more than bad days.
good days are more than bad
That's
days.
what I'm happy about.
सर जाने से पहले थोड़ा जन्म पत्री या हाथ भी पढ़ दो थोड़ा हमें बता दो कोई if anything nice is going to happen to us some lottery.
आप कभी बोलना बंद मत करना.
नहीं कभी नहीं
बोलते रहे बच्चा. सब ठीक होगा.
बोलते रहो बच्चा तथास्तु. अब जब सर ने बोल दिया if Zen Zach has said it then it would be really ironic if I just said good night right now, no?
You got to shut the show.
But I don't because there's a few pieces of business still left. One is that we have set history in the joy factor question, which is do we have I don't think we have a winner today.
It's taking you back to your birth year.
My birth year already I was 10 at that time.
You're 10?
Yeah, I was 10 in 1974.
Oh, good then.
I'm very old.
Senior statesman.
I'm very old. It's just good skin and youthful demeanor.
I didn't know your Joy's age.
I'm 2 years older than him in college. Let's have a look at the question again. It's not an easy question. It really wasn't. We'll show it to you. Here it is. The Australia versus New Zealand test match at Adelaide in January 1974. So something happened that has never happened before after in test. What is the event? This is the answer. Two brothers opening the bowling and wow, Dale and Richard Hadley and Tom and Sam Curran did it in the T20 for England in T20s, but in a test match, two brothers opening. Wow, I know this.
I got half the answer.
You got half. He said it's about brothers.
Yeah, because
He's slowly making his way into Joyda's mind.
Yeah, he is. You're being able to decode it.
no, you can't decode.
Did you have a meeting with Crick Rohit by any chance?
I want to meet him. I had actually said earlier as well because it'd be interesting.
We should call him at some time. Perhaps in the IPL we'll call. Crick Rohit, I know you're watching because you're always watching. You don't even need to be in front of your screen to be watching because I know you can listen to us like Man Ki Baat. It just comes to you like that. So if you're there in IPL, we'll definitely get you down. Or if you're ever in the city that we're in, it's an undisclosed location, but you know where it is. If you're ever around, give us a shout. We'll let you come. The only thing is when you come here, you can do whatever you want. You can click pictures. You can do whatever. We'll give you a little tour. There's two words that you cannot say, and those two words are red table. If you promise not to say those, I will let you enter through the holy portal of Cricbuzz. Got a deal? I think we do. Excellent. So we'll call him here and then we'll pick his brain on how to decode these joy factor questions. So we don't have a winner.
What?
We don't. Really? Do we? First time. This is the first time it's happened.
Oh,
Fourth time, sorry. It's the fourth time it's happened. It's the first time that I've been here that this has happened. But fourth time apparently in the history of Cricbuzz Live that there is no winner. So
well done, Joyda.
Well done, Joyda.
Yeah, Joyda's still got things in him that we still can't answer.
By the way, honestly,
Joyda's like, Joyda's like a good teacher in school.
Yeah.
That he always has a new question for you. You learn a little more. If you think, you know everything, then he'll come up with another question, give you another sum and say, Acha, isko solve karo.
Yeah.
So Joyda is a great teacher, and if Crick Rohit and everybody was catching up, Joyda's moved one forward. Joyda, we miss you.
It's like Virat Kohli. Just when the bowlers think they figured him out, that's another trick that is yet to be played. But honestly, bataun jate, I didn't know Richard Hadley had a brother called Dale. Did you? I didn't know they had a brother called Dale who played Test cricket for New Zealand. Did you know that?
I also.
Yeah, we didn't. That's how good we don't. And trust me, we talk about cricket all day. And then we fall asleep and we mumble in our sleep about cricket. And then we wake up and we start talking about cricket. And still, Professor Bhattacharya has shown us why teacher hota hai or students. Okay, well, that's all we have time for now. Gentlemen, we're going to see you on Friday, which is a few days from now. Yes, we're going to see you. Of course, Cricbuzz Live is going to be here in English and in Hindi. So join us in whichever one you want to. Ajay and me will be in Hindi. So aa jana yaar, udhar aisi kya baat hai. Aa jana. 2:1 ho gaya abhi. Zen Zach will be here with his shop of wisdom. That is not going anywhere. But हम लोग वहाँ पे होंगे.
खाने पीने की बातें सुननी है तो ऊपर आना हिंदी में, और अगर एडवाइस लेनी है तो Zenzac के
Zenzac.com.
Wise man.
Please log on to Zenzac.com.
But कहीं भी जाओ, आओगे तो Cricbuzz पे ही.
That is right.
That's all.
Wherever.
It is only भाषा का फर्क, बाकी वही Cricbuzz.
भाषा का फर्क हो सकता है, आशा का.
आशा का नहीं. अरे चलो टाइम आशा याद आ गई.
चलिए, अब हमारे जाने का समय हो गया. In English, it is time for us to leave. In French, au revoir. In Spanish, la loca vida. No, that's just a Coldplay song. A big thank you to Zaheer Khan and Ajay Jadeja. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Thank you for being here. It was fun. A big thank you to all of you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for taking part in this super interesting ODI series. And when I say that, you know, as one of the most vocal critics of one-day cricket and bilateral series, which involves one-day cricket, you know that it's really been some juicy encounters. And of course, the cherry on the cake is that India has won, and the series 2-1 to India, now heading to New Zealand. I'm Gaurav Kapur from my entire Cricbuzz crew, and from everyone here at My 11 Circle presents Cricbuzz Live. It's good night.